Okay, so today I'm going to go through everything that I have planned to carry on me for my ultramarathon. Everything that I have has to fit a very specific purpose. And over the last month, I've been planning pretty carefully what it is I'm going to be taking with me. Just jumping in very quickly to say thank you for being here and watching this content. If you have a second now, just hit that like button, maybe even the subscribe button, and it will just really help the channel out. I really want to continue making these videos, and I'm hoping that I can learn a bit about myself, share that journey with you so you can learn stuff as well, and in the pursuit of these goals, we can learn together. I told you it would be brief, back to the video. My trail running shoes. I go with the Adidas Agravic Ultras. I've tried a whole bunch over the last sort of 6 months. These are the ones that make me feel protected. They don't grab at my ankles too much, which is what I like. Some people prefer that support. I prefer being a bit looser in the ankles and allowing my ankles to move around a little bit. I believe there are rods in here, so there's not a carbon plate in it, but there are rods that run through the bottom of the shoe as an extra bit of spring and support. The main thing that I wanted from my shoe for the Ultra is I wanted the grip. So these have continental grips on the bottom. So they're incredibly grippy on the trails, but I also wanted to feel light in them. I didn't want to feel like I was running in walking boots. I found with a lot of trail running shoes I was wearing, they were really feeling quite heavy and I felt a bit sluggish in them. But these really felt like a running shoe, just with the right amount of grip for a trail. I have a Garmin heart strap on. They'll be connected to my watch. So the idea of having the heart strap and not just the watch is far more accurate in giving you feedback on your heart rate. So in near real time, I'll be monitoring my heart rate on my watch, making sure I don't spike in areas that I don't want to spike. So that will go straight across my chest, connect to my watch, and that way I can keep on top of my heart rate. Nothing really beats just being in tune with your body and knowing how you feel yourself, but I do like to use the Garmin as an indicator because it gives you a good idea of your perceived effort level. If I see my heart rate start to spike, but I'm feeling good, but I know I've got a big climb in a couple of miles' time, I might use that as an indicator to be like, chill it back, hang out in a slower pace for a bit, and then you'll be ready to attack that hill. Okay, probably one of the most important things for me is hydration. So I have got 2 450 milliliter little bottles here that go in my backpack on the front, and 1 2-liter reservoir that sits on my back in the backpack. I will be having water in the reservoir, water in one of the bottles, and then in the second bottle, I'm going to fill it with electrolytes. My electrolyte of choice for this run is going to be Pure Sport. 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 250 milligrams of potassium, 100 milligrams of magnesium, 50 milligrams of calcium, and most importantly for me, 0 sugar. I think the reason I was feeling so unwell after a lot of the big effort runs is because the sugar was just sitting in a stomach where when you've put in a big effort, all your blood rushes away from your stomach. And I was just feeding my body with gels and sugary electrolyte drinks. And I really think that was the main reason why I was feeling really sick afterwards and throwing up after a lot of the runs. I did a really, really big effort run recently. It was a marathon, over 1,000 meters of elevation. And I used these electrolytes and I felt fantastic on them. Running poles. Now, there might be a scenario where I don't use these at all, but having them on my back, they go just here in a little kind of saddle thing, or a pouch, whatever you call it. Poles that I went for are the Lecky Ultra Trail FX1 trail running poles. If at any point I feel like my legs are getting really fatigued on the uphills, I will whip these out, and these will just take a little bit of load off my legs when I need the assistance. So you get these snazzy little gloves that you clip them into. You feel really secure in them. I've never had an issue with grip on these when I've used them. They dig into the ground really well. I've been running with these in my backpack for a couple of months now, and I don't even know that they're there. They come with this little pouch. Well, you have to buy it, but you can get this little pouch thing that just sits on the side of your backpack, and I don't know it's there, and you can just plop them in, plop them out. I can kind of continue running, grab them. It doesn't really affect my pace at all. No complaints, they're great. And then my backpack. I spent ages looking for a backpack that I felt was suitable. This is the Salomon Advanced Skin 5, and it's just super tidy, super small. Just goes on my back, and I have the pouch for my poles. I have all of my water inside here and there. The reservoir goes in the back. There's room for other extra bits of clothing. I will be holding another top and a windbreaker and stuff in there. Really, really great bag. And I looked at a lot of different bags. Feels comfortable. I don't even realize it's there. So as part of the trail running rules, part of the requirements are that you have a windbreaker on you. This is incredibly light, like really, really thin and light. But when I was running in Scotland, this really saved me, because up on the hills it got very, very cold, and it just kind of took the wind away from my body, really helped me out. And this just kind of scrunches up into absolutely nothing and goes into the back of my backpack. You could get any of these from Nike, Adidas. I think this is a Saysky one. I think it's called, I don't really know. Saysky, and I love it. And then last but not least, socks. I would absolutely recommend getting some fit for purpose socks. It just gives you a little bit of extra cushioning. I wouldn't overthink this, but just find some socks that you like to run in that help your feet feel comfortable and secure. And it's really as simple as that. I've found what's working for me on runs. I've been running with this gear over the last month and feeling great about it. And I think that's a really important side to doing any kind of ultra marathon or endurance event, is coming up with a system that works for you, listening to advice that's online and from people who have got experience, but nothing really beats your own experience and practicing. And the thing that really took me a while to get to grips with was the nutrition and how to get through these runs without feeling dreadful. I found electrolytes with no sugar in them, a bagel, a packet of crisps, an energy bar. All these things are what's working for me. So I get a little bit of sugar from the energy bar, but everything else is pretty low in sugar. So find what works for you. It's going to be different for everybody. One pair of shoes for one person will be uncomfortable for the next. I reached out to an ultra runner that I really, really respect, because they posted about a pair of shoes that they bought. So I immediately bought those pair of shoes, and they did not work for me. And that's absolutely fine. Like you just sort of take that information for what it is and move on from it and find what works for you. And I think it's worth remembering that everybody's body reacts to endurance events differently, and that you just need to find what's comfortable for you. You need to find what works for you, what's going to assist you in this event the most.
This week is crunch time. There's not long left. This is a 30-kilometer run. Tomorrow I'm going to do a 20, and then we're driving up to Scotland. I've decided just to go 30k. Might end up being just slightly more than that, and then later I can go and do my strength training. I'm in that sort of part of the prep where the mileage is really starting to increase, and just my weekly mileage is going to start getting really high. It's going to be a hard week, but it's an important week for building. There's still time to build. So that's what this week is about. The load is getting increased. the fatigue is going to increase. I need to sleep, I need to recover, I need to run hard, I need to be ready. It's just a 6-kilometre run down the hill, and then I'm done for my running for the day. And as hard as it is, look how beautiful the backdrop is right here.
Workout number 2, I'm going to go into upper body strength day, because on Wednesday we're going to Scotland, so I'm not going to be able to do lots of strength until next week. So I have a couple of days to kind of get some stuff in, so I might do a compound varied strength workout today. I might do some bench press, some pull-ups, some weighted pull-ups, basically like a full upper body workout. And then tomorrow I'll do a full lower body workout, and then Wednesday driving to Scotland, and then it's just going to be days of running. So that's the mentality I'm going into this Scotland trip, is we are going to pack on miles. So I'm a bit nervous about the trip, but also I'm very excited. This shift had to happen where running took over strength training. I need to take this 50-mile ultra very seriously and understand that I need to give my body what it needs to prepare for that task.